You know what, at this point, the jokes write themselves. Like, I was in the middle of doing the thumbnail of this video, and I was thinking, damn, like, wouldn't it be great if I start this with a little funny, smart joke about Pereira and Tracy Cortez being a couple now, and somehow lead that into who he should fight next, you know, that kind of vibe. But oh well, they broke up already, my condolences, it doesn't matter anyway, cause what I'm interested in is not Chama's personal life, but his last couple fights he's ever going to have. The dude is 38 or 39 if I'm not mistaken. Just to put it in perspective, he is older than Jon Jones. Yeah, we all know older guys tend to still do well in the heavier weight classes, yet Alex Pereira has been fighting for his whole life. Like, I want to remind you, he had a whole entire kickboxing journey before he ever started doing MMA. So I'm thinking if he and his management are smart, which I'm assuming they are, he will fight a maximum of 2 more fights and just call it a day. Today, that's exactly what we are going to yap about, just who should Alex Pereira fight next. Okay, hear me out, I know it's not even close on paper, but what if Pereira went up and fought, you guessed it, Jon Jones? I know this may not be the perfect fight we would have in an ideal world, but with light heavyweight and heavyweight being what they are, which is just being boring and untalented at least compared to the other divisions, what else can you even do for Pereira at this point? If I'm being honest, I personally think Big Ink deserves a rematch. Still, you and I both know the UFC will never ever do that. So the only thing that's left to do for Pereira is to move up and try to go for that 3rd belt. Just try to imagine how incredible of an achievement it would be for him if he becomes the first ever triple champion in the UFC. I get hyped just thinking about it, yet let's be real, it's a very long shot. I mean, we watched Pereira go out there and finish Big Ink like it was nothing, cause he was pissed, he was locked in, whatever you wanna call it. He was on a mission and got the job done super easily. As someone who really thought Big Ink was going to win the rematch, I was super impressed, not gonna lie. So in a potential matchup against Jones, considering Pereira will have absolutely nothing to lose, could he pull off something similar? That's the big question. I mean, if you look back at John's latest performance against Stipe, yeah, it was great, he won that fair and square, but he looked a tad bit slow at points, didn't he? The Stipe he fought was way past the prime Stipe we all know and love, so maybe, just maybe, one could say a Pereira with nothing to lose and everything to win could pose a serious threat to Jon Jones. It's a big if, don't get me wrong, I don't care what BJJ belt Alex has now or who his training partner is. If he doesn't get Jones out of there quick, like really quick, he's getting choked out 1000%. Either way, if I'm the UFC, I'm making this fight happen for sure. I know Dana is going around saying, oh my god, I cannot trust Jones to show up at the White House card, but Uncle Dana, give me a break, okay? After that Tom Aspinall vs Thrill Gun disaster, do we really have any other options here? I'll tell you what we have, alright? Either we accept the Jones fight, or what we are getting is Pereira vs Gun. Tom is out for who knows how long because of his eyes and how Cyril's baguette-like fingers got in there really bad. I'm not even kidding, by the way, I think we established the UFC is not gonna give Big Ink an instant rematch. So think about it, will Pereira fight Yuri for a trilogy when he's up 2-0? No, of course not. Will he fight Carlos Ulberg? Also no, cause no one is excited about that fight unless we are from Australia or something, right? Anyway, I hope you get my points, the move up to heavyweight for Pereira is inevitable. And I'm saying, instead of fighting it, let's embrace it and get a nice super fight out of it. As far as how a fight between Gon versus Alex would go, I don't know, man. For what it's worth, Gon looked super slick and fast against Tom. We already knew this about him, but not to this degree, did we? And let me tell you, while Alex Pereira has serious knockout power and good striking offense, what he lacks sometimes is proper defense on the feet. If you are a fan of his, you will hate me for this, but let me remind you, he got put out cold by Izzy. It's not even just that, he was in trouble a couple times against Khalil Rountree, so it doesn't sound like an alien idea to me. If Gon, being the larger guy, he just goes out there and overwhelms Pereira. Look, I don't want my guy Chama to suffer, alright? But if you are not making the rematch against Big Ink, both of the fights he can possibly have by the time the White House card rolls around are quite difficult for him, so if you have any other ideas in terms of matchmaking, please do leave a comment down below so we can all talk about it, okay? Also, I know I yapped all about how both of these fights are quite difficult for Pereira to win, yet he can still technically win them both. So then the question becomes, what if he wins? What do we do from there? Oh well, if you're assuming I'm deciding for Pereira, my man, if you get a win against Jones or Gane, just retire, you are old enough. And talk about retiring at the top, at that point he would be a triple world champ, so yeah, if he wins, he gotta go. Still, I'm pretty sure the UFC will do their absolute best to keep him around for God knows how long. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in today as always, and I'll catch you next time, okay? Cheers!